Today we are going to study chapter 4 of class 11 PMI, means Principle of Mathematical Induction. All of you know that human beings evolved from the lower species over many millennia. The main asset that made human superior to other species was the ability to reason. How well this ability can be used depend on each person's power of reasoning. In mathematical language, there are two kinds of reasoning, inductive and deductive. One key basis for mathematical thinking is deductive reasoning. An informal and example of deductive reasoning borrowed from the study of logics is an argument expressed in three statements. First, 8 is divisible by 2. Any number divisible by 2 is an even number. And the third statement is 8 is an even number. As we see, if two statements A and B are true, then the truth of C is established. It means the third statement is true. It means 8 is divisible by 2. Any number divisible by 2 is an even number. It means 8 is an even number. This implies 8 is an even number. If A and B are true, then C must be true. Thus, deduction in a nutshell is given a statement to be proven, often called a theorem in mathematics. Valid deductive steps are derived and a proof may or may not be established. That is, deduction is the application of a general case to a particular case. In contrast to deduction, inductive reasoning depends on working with each case and developing a theorem by observing incidences till we have observed each and every case. Thus, in simple language, we can say the word induction means the generalization from particular case or facts. It is frequently used in mathematics and is a key aspect of scientific reasoning where collecting and analyzing data is the norm. To understand the basic principles of mathematical induction, suppose a set of thin rectangular tiles are placed as shown in figure. When the first tile is pushed in the indicated direction, all the tiles will fall. Okay? But to be absolutely sure that all the tiles will fall, it is sufficient to know that first, the first tile falls, and second, in the event that any tile fall, its successor necessarily falls. It means if you want to know that 10th tile fall, the 9th tile must be fall. This is the underlying principle of mathematical induction. Now, we know that the set of natural numbers n is a special order subset of the real numbers. In fact, n is the smallest subset of R with the following properties. And what is the property? A set S is said to be an inductive set if 1 belongs to S and whenever x belongs to S, then x plus 1 belongs to S. Since n is the smallest subset of R, which is an inductive set, it follows that any subset of R that is an inductive set must contain n. Now, the principle of mathematical induction. Suppose there is a given statement Pn involving the natural number n such that first, the statement is true for n equal to 1. It means the statement is Pn, and if we substitute n equal to 1 in the statement, n equal to 1 means first term. The P1 is true. P1 must be true. Second, if the statement is true for n equal to k, some positive integer, then the statement is also true for n equal to k plus 1. That is, truth of pk implies the truth of pk plus 1. It means if pk is true, then pk plus 1 is true. It means the statement is true for any integer k, and we show that for any integer k plus 1 the statement is also true. Then we can say that the statement is true for all natural number n. Now the basic steps. The first step, p1 is true, is called the basic step, and the assumption that the given statement is true for n equal to k is called the inductive hypothesis. Okay, this is sometimes referred to be as inductive step. Example 1, for all natural numbers n greater than equal to 1, prove that the sum of squares of natural number is equal to n plus 1, 2n plus 1 upon 6. This is the statement. So let us suppose that this is the statement in terms of n. Okay, now for first step, that is for n equal to 1, basic step, we take for n equal to 1, n equal to 1 means first term, for sum of first natural number, square of first natural number, that is 1 square. 1 square means 1, and the right hand side of the statement, that is n plus 1, 2n plus 1 upon 6, we substitute n equal to 1. So it gives 1 into 1 plus 1, then 2 into 1 plus 1. It gives us 1 into 2 into 3, that is 6, and 6 by 6 equal to 1. Then left hand side and right hand side both are equal for n equal to 1. It means the statement is true for n equal to 1, that is basic step is verified. Now let us assume that pk is true for some positive integer k. This is our assumption, that is 1 square, 2 square, and add up to k square. Okay, it gives k into k plus 1 into 2k plus 1 by 6. That is, we replace k in place of n. Now we have to prove that the statement is true for pk plus 1. It means we have to prove that 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to k plus 1 square, and the previous term is k square, is equal to, we substitute k plus 1 in place of n in the statement, that gives k plus 1, k plus 1 plus 1, and twice of k plus 1 plus 1. After solving we get k plus 1, k plus 1 plus 1, it gives k plus 2, and 2 into k, that is 2k, and 2 into 1, that is 2 plus 1 becomes 3. For the statement pk plus 1 is true, we have to show that square of k plus 1 natural numbers is this, k plus 1, k plus 2, 2k plus 3 by 6. Now let us take left hand side of the statement which we have to prove, that is pk plus 1. It gives 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to k plus 1 square. The sum of squares of k terms, that is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to k square, is substitute from equation 1, that is our assumption, which gives k into k plus 1 into 2k plus 1 by 6. Now we have to simplify this. Take the LCM 6, that is 6 multiplied by this term, and it becomes 6 into k plus 1 square all the terms are back same. Next step, take k plus 1 common and the rest of term is k into 2k plus 1. So multiply k by 2k plus 1, it gives k into 2k means 2k square and k into 1 gives k. Now k plus 1 is common from this term, second term. The remaining term is 6 into k, or 6 into 1 gives 6. Again simplify, k plus 6k gives 7k. Now this is quadratic. Factorize the quadratic by splitting middle term. 7k can be write as 4k plus 3k. Now take common from first two terms, that is 2k common, it gives k plus 2, and 3 from the last two terms, it gives k plus 2. Now take common k plus 2, it becomes 2k plus 3. That is the right hand side of the equation we have to prove. Thus pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true. Hence from the principle of mathematical induction, the statement Pn is true for all natural number n. You have to write this sentence every time whenever you prove the statement pk plus 1 is true. Based on this example, you have question number 2, 3, 4 and 6 in the exercise which you have to done as homework. Thank you.